Details of U.S. President Obama's visit to South Africa to be released today, and local and international media continue to camp outside former President Mandela's hospital. Ambusisiwa Khatebe with the latest news update. The International Relations Department will today officially release details of U.S. President Barack Obama's visit to South Africa. Obama and his family will depart on the first leg of their Africa visit tomorrow. Yesterday, President Jacob Zuma said government would not stop planned mass protests against Obama's visit this weekend. Several labor unions, political movements, and civil society bodies will stage protests and pickets during Obama's two-day official visit. Some University of Johannesburg students will also protest against UJ's decision to award Obama an honorary doctorate. The anti-Obama protests are aimed at Washington's support for Israel and the U.S. military involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan. Wage demands that trade union AMCU has submitted to gold producers are said to be the same or higher than those that the rival NUM has made. A source within the mining industry says AMCU's demands match or exceed those of the NUM's demands, which range from 15 to 60% increases. The source, who does not want to be named, says the AMCU demands include raising the workers' categories that some of its members are currently in. The move would automatically raise their wages. The next round of wage talks in the mining sector is due to start early next month. They are expected to be especially difficult after a year of labor unrest and often vicious rivalry between the NUM and AMCU. The funeral of 41-year-old Mornay Lotta will be held today, followed by a memorial service tomorrow. Lotta and 53-year-old Alan Simpson were among 15 people killed in an attack in a United Nations compound in Somalia last week. Both were employees of arms manufacturer Danel. Their remains were successfully repatriated to South Africa on Friday. Danel's group communications manager, Vuyelwa Qinga, says they are still awaiting funeral arrangements from the Simpson family. And lastly, local and international media are continuing to camp outside the hospital in Pretoria, where former President Nelson Mandela is receiving treatment. 94-year-old Madiba was admitted to the hospital earlier this month for a recurring lung infection. It is his fourth admission to hospital since December last year. The SABC's Fanuel Schumer reports.
Public Service and Administration Minister Lindiwe Sisulu, together with Makaziwe Mandela, former President Nelson Mandela's daughter from the first marriage, were the last to be seen leaving the hospital last night. Several family members have been spotted making their way in and out of the hospital throughout the day. President Jacob Zuma has meanwhile appealed to the nation and the world to keep Madiba in their prayers, as his condition is critical. Fanuel Schumer, SABC News, Pretoria.
Catch the latest news on the hour on SABC radio stations and on NewsBreak Option 1.